Round 3 of the Motorsport News Circuit Rally Championship headed to the only two-day event of the calendar, the Rockingham Stages. And over the early half of day 1, it will be Rhys Yates leading the way. His brother had already given the car a podium place in the opening round of the series, but now it was his turn. Paul Swift will be second, and with Yates not registered for the championship, it will be Swift that led the way there. The question is, would he push or be happy with second in order to get those maximum points in the championship campaign? Once again, just like at round 2, rear-wheel drive would dominate the top 10, with Paul King next up on the results behind Swift, just 2 seconds back in that third place overall. And for Bruce Edwards in the Darien, it will be fourth. The conditions on the stage getting a little better for the rear-wheel drive crews as the morning went on, which of course meant more speed. Alan Kirkcaldy joins the crews this weekend, not registered for the series yet, but he had been up against the regulars before, so he knew the pace and was keeping a good one himself in 5th. Over the next few stages, there wouldn't be much change. The lead of the event would still be Rhys Yates's, the advantage now over a minute in that position and not backing off at all in the Fiesta. But an incident with a tyre wall would cause the crew a scare going into the overnight service halt. Change would now come in second place though, with Paul King taking that position from Paul Swift. The time's still close though, King going from 2 seconds back to 3 seconds ahead. And that, of course, meant a move down to third for Paul Swift. A good place to end the day and mount an attack for day 2. Of course, still leading the way as far as the championship standings were concerned at this stage. On to the second day of competition then, and a cold start to the rally, but it didn't change anything for Yates. Leading the way still, and the advantage growing. It didn't look like anyone would be catching him this weekend. There will be further change in the other positions though. Bruce Edwards putting in some good times to move up the results now into second. And for Alan Kirkcaldy, it will be a move to third. The times were close, not much separating the crews at this stage in the event. It was all about keeping it clean, smooth, and out of those walls. For Paul Swift, it will be fourth, now lying second in our championship runners behind that Darien up ahead. So a push would be needed if he wanted maximum points this weekend, and you can bet he did. And for Paul King, it will be a drop down to 5th. Still up there with the crews ahead, but not quite enough with them to keep that podium place at this stage. Frustratingly for Swift, that wouldn't be the way it ended. He ends the rally with 5th place. It was still good enough for second in the championship though, and a result that couldn't be sniffed at, given that that is what it's all about. For Paul King, it will be a place gained to move up to 4th. A good end to the rally, but sadly not the podium he'd had in his sights earlier on. Alan Kirkcaldy ends the event with the final step on a very Scottish podium. The engine going in for a rebuild now after a good finish to his 2016 season. Bruce Edwards maintains that good pace into the final stages of the rally, taking second place overall and the lead in the class, of course, now leading championship crew here at round 3. But for this weekend, it will be a story of one man and one car. It was victory for Rhys Yates in that Fiesta. His first overall victory, and a great way to end his 2016 season in style. You can catch full official coverage of the event on Friday the 16th of December on Motors TV and online. In the meantime, keep an eye on our social media for more photos and videos.